Well, good. My bad. What you said, Willie? What you was asking?
I was
asking a legitimate question. I was not.
I'm probably not doing it right. I like to travel. That's what I.
Well, that's important. I wish I traveled more.
Yeah, I travel a lot.
Me too.
Yeah. What's your favorite place you traveled?
Greece. I'm going to Greece in October, but Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Italy for 5 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
On a vacation by myself. I'll go somewhere by myself.
Now you know what women never speak on? The random dick that y'all get when y'all on these trips.
I would tell you, I did not get no random dick in Italy, but I did see the fucking go down in front of me, and I'm got a kid here. All right, so
he got his headphone. Oh, hilarious!
And he's looking over here. He's looking over here.
It's so funny. So he had his headphones on, so that's why we were talking regular. Keon's son is in here, and then we turn around. He has his headphones off, looking dead. What is he's like, why is Justin doing this? It was this, but I did this. He was like, what's
wrong?
When he heard you say he's supposed to have the headphones on, he was like,
he got the headphones back on.
He is so cute.
Man.
So what you were saying? You said you was doing something wrong?
I didn't see. I did.
Oh, you seen it go down?
Yeah. So the last day, I ended up missing my plane, and I ended up staying just an extra night at a hostel, and I ended up running into this girl. Well, me and the girl shared a room at the hostel. She was from Argentina, so I was like, okay, cool, let's go have dinner. And then it's like this hostel club, which is like where all the people in the hostel were staying. So we'd go there, and they had like $1 shots and shit. Oh. So we go, me and the Argentinian girl go have dinner. We get to the club, we in there drinking. We run into 2 Italian guys. And so they were like, oh, we love Americans, we love Argentina. He kept calling me like this. He's like, beautiful black American, beautiful black American. And so she was like, I want to go back to the room early. Mind you, there's no co-ed, so we can't get men in there, right? So we go back to the room. She's like, I want to take this dude back to the room. And so I'm like, okay. So I go back with her, and I take his friend back, but I'm completely not doing that with this guy. But when we get inside, it's a girl in there from Ireland. And she's like, you can't be in here. So she tell us to get out. There's not supposed to be men in here. So she tell us to get out. So then this girl's like, well, we finna go. So we just running around the hospital at this point. So we go up to the top of the stairwell, and I'm flirting with the guy and shit, but also I don't like this man. You know what I'm saying? But she gone. She on one. She liked the dude. She also had the better looking dude. My dude was a creep, and I knew it. But I'm just like, whatever. This is gonna be a great joke. So we get to the top of the stairwell. They start making out. Next thing I know, this bitch is bent over like some desk, and he just raw dogging her. And I think his name was Damien. Me and Damien just sitting there, and he was just like, oh, trying to ask me if I give head. And I'm like, no, nigga. Because I'm still very much a black woman. And she's like, oh, she
let's unpack this.
No, when I say I'm very much a black woman, when he was like, oh, you're so beautiful American, do you something? No, I was like, no, nigga. I start acting like black. I was like, and then this nigga just turns around and jacks off in the corner. And I'm just standing on the stairs like, yo, this is crazy.
And that's a clip, everybody.
That's a clip.
I was like, what?
He was like,
and then everybody left. We hugged it out. I was like, y'all ain't never gonna believe my trip. I ain't do shit. It was a spectator sport for me whole trip.
He took his one last shot. I was like, nope.
Yeah, he dead ass did that.
Somebody buzzing in. I don't care how it gets done.
I said, by all means, handle yourself, my nigga. Because I really was starting to get kind of hood with him. I was like, you need to put your dick up. I'm not doing nothing with your dick. You need.
That's probably what turned them on.
You got right. You got
yell at me again, beautiful black American.
That's crazy. That was
that was insane. That was 2000. I ain't gonna say the year.
He Louis C.K'd you. He
had no leverage and no kind of. I don't even know.
No, I'm just saying he pulled it out and
When he took it out, did he give you one laugh?
You sure? Did he hit him with the
Did he hold his hand
Yeah. He was like, oh, and he was like, so and that's why he was a creep a little bit because he was grabbing my arm. He's like, oh baby, come on, please, you just do it so much better. And I was like,
that's how you know he lied. I've never had anybody give me a hand job better than myself. That's never happened in the history ever.
It's just I could tell they're from Italy. Like, this is where they go to beg hoes every night. They was like 35. Mm-hmm. They go there. These girls are 20, 21. I think my roommate was like 23. Pull your back on your mic.
Yeah, there you go.
I think my roommate was like 23. I might have been like 27. And I'm like, these niggas come here every night, buy these $1 shots and be hooking up with these girls. Because they knew how to get in the hostel and everything.
Yeah. I would like for you to send me the information on this house.
It's right in the center of Rome.
Willie's trying to purchase. He's trying to purchase the hostel. It was like, if I can buy this place.
What's so funny, if that's what they do, then he is trash. Like, you can't. If this is what you do,
that's what he does.
You couldn't close. Like,
his name was actually Daniela. Now that I think of it, his name was Daniela. That man was married too. He told me he had a wife.
Do you have a last name on him and birth
nah, I gotta go back and some WhatsApp.
Oh, if he had a wife, well, that explains a lot. That explains why he was there.
Yeah, it was all creepy. I think them niggas liked each other too. I didn't know what was going on.
Now you adding to the story.
Right. It was a lot.
They shot someone earlier that day.
You know what's so funny? I had a joke with my homeboy. You're not gonna find this funny. I said when women recall stories, they don't say what actually happened. They say how they felt. So it's like
that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's okay. So sometimes when women be like retelling stories, I'm like, did that actually happen? Or are you just saying how you felt?
They did not do anything that made me think that they was gay, but I felt like maybe they might have liked each other.
Right. They probably.
So you absolutely right.
Oh. What can I say, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm out
on
here.
This one point.
On this one. What's crazy? It was crazy. She said you right, and we as guys were like, what the fuck just happened? We were also confused. Like, wait, what did she say? What?
Well, I'll tell you what,
you had nothing to say after that.
Go further.
Yeah, we was like,
no fight.
What you about to say? I keep that up, I'm gonna get a man.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. You keep that up, you go get you a man. Straight up.
I'm over here confused.
I think I hang out with men too much. I think I am a different type.
Well, that's good to an extent. That's good to an extent. You need that. The point is when a woman thinks like all the way like she's trying to be a man, and then it's like, well, you can't do what we do. Like your soul won't be right.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think like that.
Right.
Now, when it comes to dating, are you the type, like I've been on a couple dates and now like some women are like, open my door, and I do that. I'm a door opener.
Say that?
No, they don't say because I automatically go for the door. But then there's some women like, don't open my door for me. I can do that myself.
Women say that
a lot.
Wow,
a lot.
I do not say any of that. I definitely, absolutely want to be taken care of. I like for you to order for me. I like for you to help me take my jacket off. I like for you to open the doors for me. I don't want to do anything.
I feel you.
Here's the thing. Nobody does.
Nobody what?
Nobody does.
Nobody does what?
Wants to do. Who the hell wants to do stuff themselves?
Right.
Like, so the thing
some
is,
women are like,
but the reason why is because they feel like they put on so much. They have to do this. Like when I first started dating my wife, and I would open the door, she was like, "What are you doing?" She was on that. She was on that. Like, "What are you doing?" Because she was just like,
I stand at the door.
Guarded, you know, blah blah blah. Right. My mama grew up. I grew up seeing my mama do that. So now that's what she's accustomed to. So now she's like, "You didn't open my door," but before she just didn't know no better, or she had her guard up. Was like, I can take care of myself, but who the fuck wants to take?
Right.
Who wants to do any of this?
Also, it's embarrassing because I like went out with a guy when I was probably in my early 20s, and he would always open the door for me, and I would go open it first, and then he would like check me, like, "Who do you be dating?
That's
what are you?"
Right.
And then like once that got instilled in me, like, who do I be dating? Like, what the fuck? Like,
let me ask you a question. Did your wife grow up with her father?
Nope.
I feel like that has something to do with it. If a woman doesn't have a good male example with them growing up, then they're definitely on some, I could do this. I don't need a man because I didn't have a man in my life.
Or the men they did have were so trash.
Right.
They was like, all I know is ain't shit niggas. Right. So like my wife, and I actually hate when she says this stuff, and I'm like, that's too much pressure.
Yeah.
But like on Father's Day or stuff like that, she always talks about like, you're the first example of a man that I've ever seen.
Wow.
So I'm like, that's way too much. Like, so she's like, the way you are with the kids, like you're a great father, like you. So I don't know any of this shit.
Right.
So I see you do it, and I'm like, oh, this is how it was supposed to be, but I just never experienced it.
And then he beats her.
And then I'm like, shut up and make my minutes.
Love hurts.
This is how it works. I don't do that in public.
Right.
We were taught as kids, we beat you because you love us. So this is love.
Well, you know, so funny. I've only spanked my daughter one time, and I've never done it again because I said, how can I tell her to never let a man put his hands on you, and I'm putting my hands on you. So I was like, I can't do it. So
I've never been whipped or beaten by my father.
And that's the problem.
No, like, like no, my parents were real like punishment. Go stand in the corner. And I definitely was a good kid. I wasn't like, you know.
I definitely was hit by my father.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't hit by my dad. My dad did spank me. My mom did.
My dad did. But my dad did it in a way where it's just like it wasn't often. It was just when necessary. And I was like, heard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't and now that I have two sons, I get part of it too. It's just on some like challenge shit, just to, cause every once in a while you just gotta let your boys know, like, nigga, you don't want this smoke.
Yeah.
Like, and so I feel like now that I'm a dad, I feel like he was purposely just doing little shit just to be like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good there.
That's
like,
true. You got to instill that fear in them early,
like,
because
the healthy fear.
Yeah, healthy, because they're going to
fear.
grow up one day and, you know, they're going to want to take out the king.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of how that shit works.
My son said to me maybe last year, he was like, hey, Dad, come on. You want these hands? Because my son's 20. Yeah. So he's like at that size. And I caught him. And I like hit him in his chest. Like, I gave him a good little... just to let them know. He's like, you're my father.
And the kids don't know about man strength, so they don't understand what happens when you become a man. You just naturally, you be like, why can I lift a house? I don't know why I can do this.
When you become an old man, that's even extra strength.
Yeah, and you've seen so much, and you don't give a shit no more. And then like I did a video on this, like how when boys get to that age, are like, I think I could take dad. Every father fights. If that ever, I never fought my father, and my kids ain't gonna fight me. Like, right. But if let's say it went to that,
cut to 20 years from now, your
dad is gonna be fighting with audacity strength. Like, how dare you do this after all I've done? That's a rage. That's a level that you can't get to because you don't have any kids. But when you raise somebody and put your money and your time and like, I remember when my first son was born. My wife, as soon as he came out, she was like, if he ever disrespects me, I'll kill him. After what I just went through to get you here. Yeah. If you ever got sideways, like, I'm going to murder you.
Well, I can respect that mindset too, though, because she did. A woman goes through so much to carry this baby. That just made me want to treat my mama better.
Man.
You know.
When she said that, and I was like, and I'll be right there to cover the body. I'll bury the body. Because watching the birth, I was like, oh, this is watching pregnancies up when you in the mix. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, my respect for women went so much higher watching my wife be pregnant and give birth to 2 kids naturally too. No, nothing. And I was just like, women are
no epidural,
nothing.
Damn.
I was like, women are insane.
Oh yeah, they're way stronger than men. That's a fact.
Insane.
That's a fact. Like,
I still have like a little bit of fear at front of my mom now. Like, I was there when I was there last. I was making fun of my brother. He did something. My brother's, you know, he's not right in the head. Like, he's one. I was talking about. I'm like, man, if I need to book a couple more commercials, I got to get a day job. And he's like, that's stupid. Why would you get a job for a day and then quit? Like, that's literally what he said.
Gotcha.
And so I said, whoa, I'm clowning him. My mom said, leave your brother alone. I'm like, yeah, right, mom. Woo, woo, woo. And so she goes to hit me in my mouth, and I cut her hand. Like, mama, stop that. And she said, put your hand down. Let me hit you in your mouth. I put my hands down. And I let my mama hit me in my mouth. Yeah. I told you to leave him alone. I said, my God.
Yeah. And as your mama, I mean, you kind of gotta let her hit you in the mouth.
Like, now come in here. Let me make you something.
Right.
Like,
you hungry?
Yeah. You're like, all right, cool.
It's so funny. What's the longest y'all ever been mad at y'all parents? Because me personally, the love is so unconditional. Yeah. I would say maybe 2 days tops, and then we good. Like,
and it was
it had to be something extreme.
Probably when I was a teenager, and it was probably some goofy shit like they wouldn't let me go somewhere or something like that, or like.
But how much time? Like,
no, the maddest I ever been. When my parents first got divorced, that was the maddest I ever been about that.
Oh, got you.
But that didn't last too long. And you know what's funny? I was trying to force the mad.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be mad.
Yeah, right. But like I honestly didn't care like that. Right. Because I was grown.
Right.
But I tried to force the mad, and then after like 2 days, he was like, nigga, we got a problem. And I was like, no. Like
come here, daddy.
Like, no, that's y'all shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Want me down, I get it. Hate that I keep winning. Stab my back is tempting.